In this third and final part of our mini-series, I'm going to be sharing with you how this one NLP technique can help you eliminate your limiting beliefs. Hi, I'm Laura Evans, helping people like you to unleash their potential in business and life. And if this is the first time that you found me here on YouTube, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are notified when we release a new video every Friday. So welcome to the third and final part of our limiting belief mini series. And in the first two videos, we've been exploring what limiting beliefs are, what the cost of them is to you. And in the last video, I explored with you whether you actually have evidence for your limiting beliefs and actually whether there are any counterexamples that go against the limiting belief that you hold. And if you've missed either of those videos, be sure to check out the description below because that's where you'll find the link for the other two. Now, one of the other challenges that we have with limiting beliefs is we act as if it's true right now. I've already explored in the previous videos that you might not have as much evidence as you think to back up the story that you're telling yourself about your limiting beliefs. Is it true now or was it true in the past? Now, moving your problem in relation to time is an NLP technique that we've used for years. Because if you believe that it's accurate now in the present, then you will act that out. But what if you put it in the past? How do you do that? I can hear you asking, right? Well, it's all to do with your language. What we need to do is change the I am statements into I have been statements. Because if we can put that limiting belief in the past and your unconscious mind, and conscious mind for that matter, start to believe that actually this problem is in the past, you free yourself to be able to actually start to move forward without it. So let's say that you have a limiting belief that I am disorganized. Now, if you are doing that in the present moment, as we've discussed in the previous video, you're giving yourself all sorts of reasons and excuses to get off the hook, right? About why your office or your home might be disorganized or your workplace. And it can sometimes become an excuse as well as something that limits you. What if, though, we changed it in our head to I have been disorganized? Notice how that feels a little different when you say it as if it was in the past. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to completely blow up your limiting belief, but it's interesting when you start to do it. So have a look at some of the limiting beliefs you have on your list that maybe you created in video 1 of this mini part series. And have a look at some of them and start to consider the possibility of putting them in the past. So I used to, or I have been. Make it in the past so that you can do that. Now, other limiting beliefs that you might have is, for example, I can't run. Let's use that as an example. That is in the present tense. Now, you could say, I used to believe that I can't run. Or if you want to change it for the future to loosen the impact and the grip, you could stick the word yet on the end. I can't run yet, because that implies that you could learn. So when you start to move your problem in relation to time, either putting it in the past or implying that in the future things could be different, then you give yourself the opportunity to believe something different. I wonder what difference that might make if you started doing that every single day. But I'm wondering if 2 or 3 times a day for, let's say, the next week, if you started saying, I used to, or I have been, I wonder whether that might start to change your perspective on some of those limiting beliefs that you hold. Now, if you're serious about really eliminating limiting beliefs, then you would probably want to consider coming on our NLP practitioner course to learn something called the submodality belief change. That is where we go into the unconscious mind and we change the program that you're running. Currently, I would suggest you may have a habit of repeating something to yourself. But if we can go into the unconscious mind and we can change the way you think, we can change the autopilot, then we can change your life. And I don't say that lightly. So if you want to do that, then get in contact with us to find out how you could train with us as an NLP practitioner. But for now, really start to implement the things I've shared in this mini series. So go back over the 3 videos, challenge yourself. What really are your limiting beliefs? Really consider what's the cost of holding on to them, and isn't it time you let them go? Really start to consider what evidence do you have for them, and are there counter examples that prove that maybe it's not the case? And then start to change how you're thinking about them in relation to time, both putting them in the past and giving yourself the possibility of things being different in the future. Apologies for the dog, by the way. The doorbell's just gone. I'm heading off. But before you do, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when we release our next video. Until next time, take care.